As alluded to earlier, the construction of our graphs, the actual default constructor is going to be relatively straightforward. So I'm going to hop over here to the header file for our undirected graph type. If I can find it, here's VS Code. And we can see here that the constructor, we have one, it's the default constructor, and it's effectively going to use in-class initialization, or rather defer to the in-class initialization of our three data members for this type. Graph will be default constructed using the standard library maps default constructor. And then you can see here for the primitive types, number of vertices and number of edges, I have explicitly initialized them with 0. These are sensible starting values since we're going to count up from 0 as a vertex is added to our graph or as an edge is added to our graph. Okay, so jumping back over to the slides for today, one thing I wanted to point out is that, or emphasize rather, is we will use in-class member initializers to specify the starting values of our private data members. For the primitive types, as I just showed you, we will specify the starting values explicitly. Graph, on the other hand, and I know I said this, but to reinforce it, it's going to be initialized using standard library maps default constructor. Note that had we provided some sort of definition for our default constructor instead of deferring to the compiler's default implementation, had the data member been initialized using both an in-class initializer and the invoked constructor's initializer list, only the constructor's initialization is used. So it would effectively ignore the in-class member initializers and use whatever values we had specified in the initializer list to provide as the starting values for those members. And there's an interesting FAQ entry on this on Bjarne-Stroustrup's website, and I would refer you to that if you're curious about these kind of specifics. So with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to perhaps a more interesting behavior of our type, adding vertices to our graph representation. I'll see you all there.